Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're going to be doing my July update for my Pan Those Eyeshadows Project Pan. This is a project that was originally created by Alexy a few years ago and has really just resonated with the panning community. I have discovered so many new creators because of this project, and I really love that everyone sort of took the original concept and they have tweaked it and really made it their own. And I think that that's a really special quality to have in a project that allows people to really tailor it to what it is that works best for them. And I love that. So if you have not yet checked out Alexy's channel, it will be linked in the description box below for your viewing pleasure. But let's go ahead and talk about how I've structured my project. I am currently working on 6 eyeshadows with the ultimate goal of hitting pan on them. However, I have given myself a little bit of an out, whereas if I have used an eyeshadow 30 times, I have at that point the option to roll it out. I don't have to, but I can if I want to, which is nice. And I'm also not going to be working on any black eyeshadows, white eyeshadows, or cream colored eyeshadows because those just are not fun for me. So if it's not fun, why do it? Life is too short. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the items that I'm currently working on, and we'll start with the eyeshadow that has been rolled in most recently, and that comes to us from ColourPop. This is from their original Disney Princess collection, and this is called A Princess Thing. I am currently working on this shade right here called Beast. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I do have a little bit of a dip forming in there, which is exciting because ColourPop eyeshadows are notoriously difficult to hit pan on. They tend to be quite deep pans, and they tend to be a little bit more firmly pressed than other eyeshadows that are out there. What I'm noticing with this one is that it doesn't feel as firmly pressed as some other ColourPop eyeshadows that I've used before, which, you know, gives me some hope. But also, I've just really enjoyed using it. I've been able to work it into a lot of my eyeshadow looks because it is just a nice darker brown. It's not as dark as it might appear in the pan, so I have had to kind of zhuzh it up a little bit, but I've really enjoyed using it, and I have used it 14 times since bringing it into this project, and I see absolutely no reason that that won't continue on that trend for next month, and maybe, no, I'm getting way ahead of myself. It's ColourPop. It's gonna be here for a minute. The next eyeshadow that we're going to talk about comes from my Nabla Poison Garden palette. I am working on the shade called Adoration. It's right here at the top. Now it looks white in the pan, but it is not. You see I got a little bit of a dip going on in there. This has an amazing ultraviolet shift to it. In fact, it is actually what I am wearing all over my lids today. I just topped it on top of a black eyeshadow, and you can just see how different it is. I really enjoy using this eyeshadow a lot. However, I typically do use it as an inner corner highlight. So while I have used it 6 times, it definitely does not look like it's been used 6 times because I use it in a very small concentration with the exception of today's look. And I will say today's look went a little crazy on me. I was not expecting it to go this way when I sat down to do it, but you know, I'm not mad about it. I think it looks pretty cool. So anytime an eyeshadow look is getting a little out of control, just throw on a big old pair of eyelashes and it doesn't look as out of control anymore. I don't know, what are your thoughts? I think it looks pretty cool. The next shade that I have in is from my Tarteist Pro Remix palette. I am working on the shade Flow, which is this shade right here. And it's a neat little shade. I talked about last time that it kind of does this sort of shifty thing where it looks really, really silver in the pan, but depending on how you apply it and what you apply it near, it actually can take on a very gold sort of look to it, which is kind of mind trippy. But I have used that 3 times since bringing it into this, since last month, for a total of 6 uses in the course of the project. So we are definitely going strong there, but I do need to step up my usage on it if I'm going to hit any of my markers. I also have from this palette right here, this is my Juvia's Place Walhalla palette. I am working on the shade called Rumors, which is this shade right here. It's a really, really pretty kind of orangey, goldy, sparkly, beautiful eyeshadow. I have used that one 3 times since our last update for a total of 7 times in the course of this project. I mentioned last month, and I will reiterate this month, that I've been panning a ton of purple lately, and so I just haven't yet shifted into more of the browns and burnt oranges and things like that, which definitely speak to my soul for sure. But for some reason, they just haven't been calling to me lately. So I do really enjoy that eyeshadow, but I just haven't used it a ton. Kind of in that same vein is going to be from my little Naked Cosmetics trio. I'm currently working on the green shade, which is this one right here. You can see I got a little bit of a dip forming when the light hits it just right. I did use it 4 times since our last update for a total of 6 overall. So not as great as it could be, but we are making slow and steady progress on it. And I actually put together a look recently that I absolutely adored. So I'll probably wear that a few more times and try to get that dip to progress a little bit further. I have no idea how deep those pans are since they are glued down. They are pretty big as far as what you see. So I'm hoping that they're not like crazy deep as well, but I really have no idea. I don't have any of the original packaging, so I don't even know what the weight of product is that the packaging claims. So we'll just discover together where that goes. And then finally, the last eyeshadow that I have is from my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I am working on the shade Georgia. And I am so excited to report that I have pan in this. I am so happy. These are really hard to hit pan on, and the fact that I did is just extremely exciting. So I did use it 26 times since our last update, including today. Technically, I hit pan on it with the usage before it at the 25th usage. However, it was just the tiniest little speck of pan, and I wanted to expand it a little bit, so I did use it again today. So 26 times since our last update for a total of 42 times in the course of this project, and probably that's pretty close to what it was, because while I have used this palette, I hadn't used it a ton, so I don't recall there being any sort of dip in there. So I feel like that's pretty true to how many it took to get to that beautiful blinking bright shiny pan. So that does mean that we're going to be rolling in a new eyeshadow to this project, which, let's be honest, that is super exciting. So, all right, so I did pull up my spreadsheet that has most of my eyeshadow palettes on it. I did pick up a few additional eyeshadow palettes in the month of July that have not been added, but honestly, I still have plenty to choose from. So I will go ahead and choose from that. I have in my Pretty Random app, I have variables 2 through 2327, and we're gonna go ahead and randomize an eyeshadow. 2290. Okay, so let's see what 2290 is. Oh, interesting. Okay, so 2290 comes to us from the KVD 10th Anniversary palette, and it is in the shade Kelly. Am I correct in that? No, Sarah. 2290 is the shade Sarah. Okay, let me go ahead and track that palette down, and we'll see what it is that we are going to be adding to our rotation. All right, so I did find my KVD 10th Anniversary palette, and I'm incredibly bummed. Incredibly bummed. I was really wanting to use this palette when this came up. I was super excited. I have not used this palette in a really, really long time, but unfortunately, the shade that we pulled, Sarah, is this sort of purpley gray color right here. The reason I'm sad is because I'm already panning 3 other shades that look almost just like it. So this shade right here is in my Graveyard Project pan. This is Starlit from Victoria's Secret. This one here is from my Sleek Cosmetics Pan That Palette, my Tiny Pans palette. This right here is from the 9 pan that I put together in my 50 Shades of Purple. And then this is the KVD Sarah. So sadly, I'm going to re-roll. And that makes me, like I said, that makes me really sad because I was super excited to work on this palette. But I'm just not going to do that to myself. It's not going to allow me to make progress in any area. So we're going to go ahead and re-randomize. All right, 1629. Let's see what that is. 1629. All right, 1629 comes from the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered. It is the shade Fling. So let me find that palette and we'll see what that shade is. Okay, so this is the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered. And the shade that I got is this shade right here called Fling. So definitely a little bit better than what I had been dealt before. So this is what it looks like, and I think it'll pair quite nicely. Let me go ahead and get swatches of everything else that I'm currently working on, and we'll see what the color story for my next month of panning looks like. Apologizing in advance for these swatches. They are not well done. I'm so sorry, but this is what we are going to be working with. So this over here is Beast. We've got Nabla Cosmetics Adoration. This is Wahala Rumors. This is Flow from Tardist Remixed. This is the green shade from the Naked Cosmetics trio. And then this on the end here is our newest addition, Fling from the Rose Gold Remastered. Fling and Rumors, very similar. Fling has a much pinkier lean, whereas Rumors has more of an orangey lean. So it's going to be interesting. I feel like they are going to do some competing, but hopefully I can make it work and we can get some progress on both of these shades because I really don't want to re-roll again. All right, so that is my very rambly update. How is your project going? I would love to know. Please let me know in the description box down below. As always, everything that I'm wearing will be linked in the description box below. And if you have not yet subscribed, I hope that you will consider doing so. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you are having an amazing day, and I will see you next time.